In this video, we will be calculating area of a square, rectangle and triangle. So let's get started with our square. When we're talking about area, what we're actually saying here is that we're concerned about what is the measurement of all of this inside the box area. So when we express area as an equation, we start with A, which means area, and S, because S means square. Alright, so here we have our dimensions. So from here to here, this is a length, and let's say it's 5 meters. Because it's a square, each side or length is 5 meters. So our equation is AS equals L for length squared. So in this case it's 5 meters, so it's 5 squared, or 5 times 5, and this equals 25 meters squared. Area is always expressed in a squared form. Now let's get going on to our rectangle. So just like before, we're concerned about the measurement that's happening inside the square, or sorry, I should say rectangle. Okay, once again we have, you may have remembered from other maths lessons, is that we have the length here of our rectangle and we have our width. And if it's a rectangle, they will be different lengths. So for the sake of this video, let's say the length between here and here is 15 meters, and the width between here and here is 5 meters. So for our equation, we have area. Because it's a rectangle, we go R equals length times width. Okay, so in this case our length is 15 meters and our width is 5 meters. So the answer is 75 meters squared. Okay, now let's move on to the area of a triangle. Okay, so here we have our triangle. Before we get started though, it's helpful or needed actually to turn this triangle into a right angled triangle. So that's our right angle. So what we have here is our height. So between here and here, let's say that that's 15 meters. Between here and here, this side length, let's say it's 30 meters. Between here and here, 45 meters, and over here to here, or over to the edge, let's say it's 8 meters. So we need to establish what our lengths are. We have done that. So when we are doing the area of a triangle, it is A and T. So A for area, T for triangle. Our formula is 1/2 multiplied by B, which means base, multiplied by H, which is height. So let me write this in. So this means base, the base of the triangle, and this is height. More correctly though, you'll often see it written as this, 1/2 BH. Okay, it essentially means the same thing, but it is a lot more concise to write it in this fashion. Okay, so let's have a look. Moving on down, we have 1/2 multiply our base. Now this down here is our base. It's our longest length, and it's also a bit more obvious because it's sitting on the bottom. So 45 by our height, which is here, which is 15. So we'll carry this down at 1/2 multiplied by, so if we multiply 45 by 15, we get 675. So basically we're either dividing it by 2 or multiplying it by 0.5. Either way, your answer will be the same at 337.5 meters squared. So what I'm saying is all of this area here and along here, all of that equals to this here, 337.5 meters squared. Okay, so now I would like you to have a go. So for the first part, let's say we have a square and our dimensions will be 4 meters. Okay, remember a square has all the same sides. So first one is a square. The next one, let's do a rectangle. And the dimensions for our rectangle, let's say it's 12.5 and 7.5, they're both meters. And our last one, which will be our triangle. So our dimensions for here, let's say that's 7 meters, and this is 15.5 meters. Okay, so this is our triangle. So I want you to work out the area for all of these. So area.